Hello everyone to this week's Minecraft video. As you know, last week we had to cancel as me and Mrs. Coleman were out having our new baby daughter Zara. She's doing really well and we're very happy to have her and things are going great here. And it also means I have now more time to spend on Minecraft once the baby's asleep and all the chores are done. So hopefully we'll get to do some more cool stuff and I'll be getting things ready for the second session after Christmas break. So, in between the last session and this next session, we've done quite a bit of things to kind of spruce up the town between me and Kristen. And so I wanted to show the first thing that she was able to build for me while I was at the hospital was a new mage tower. This thing is really awesome looking. It looks great. And it will be housing our enchanting table. This will not be here at the beginning of the class because remember, we still need more stuff at the donation place. But just for those people that don't know what a enchantment table is for, the idea is that when you're in game mode, the normal game mode, you'll notice that you have a number between your hearts and your food and your items. There's a little green bar that goes up and you have a little number there. And that's your experience level, or basically how much experience you have. And enchanting requires that you have experience, that you have an item that can be enchanted, and that you have some lapis lazuli, which is um, the blue uh, kind of gem that you find while mining down below. And what you'll do is you'll come over to the enchantment table. You'll find an item that you want to enchant. So I have a sword. It can't be enchanted because it's already been enchanted. So let's just give me a new sword. Sword. Let's say diamond sword. There we go. Get my new diamond sword. And let's go ahead and put it in there. So when you put an item in that has no enchantments, you'll see over here on the other side that you've got three um, possible outcomes. And the main thing you'll see right now is that they're all grayed out. I can't click on any of these things. So I need to put some lapis lazuli in. Actually, let's put 3. So we have our item, lapis lazuli, and our options. And you'll see right now, it's telling me they're all still grayed out. Why is it saying I can't do anything? Well, the way it works is that there's 2 numbers. There's the first number on the left, 1, 2, and 3. And these are telling me how many levels of experience it will cost me to do this enchantment. It's also how many lapis lazuli you'll need. So you'll need 1 for 1 level and you get the enchantment. You'll need 2 for the second level and 3 for the third level. The next one over is the level required before I can do the enchantment. So I have 1 level of experience and I've got my lapis lazuli and I've got my item. Why can't I do this one? It's because I also am not level 9. So this means I need to be level 9 and it will cost me 1 level of experience to use this enchantment. And you can see some of the bigger ones, it's 30 levels of experience you need and it will cost you 3 levels. So you get experience by cooking, crafting, farming, pretty much, and mostly hunting. So going out and killing off the monsters and stuff really gets you the most experience the fastest. So just to be aware, many of you probably have a pretty high experience level already because you haven't had a way of using those levels yet. This will give you a way to use it and give you much more powerful items. The second thing to know is that it gives you an idea of 1 possible enchantment that will show up. On the first level, that's probably all you're going to get is like sharpness 1, maybe something else. On the second level, I'm getting unbreaking 2, and maybe I'll get a second one. I'll have a higher chance of getting a second enchantment. And at 3, you have a chance, usually you'll almost always get 2 enchantments, and you might get a third one. And so you can see like this iron sword, it only got 1 enchantment on it, just Bane of Arthropods. So that was just a level 1. It was my only option. That's what I got. But you will want to eventually get equipment and stuff appear with the higher level enchantments and stuff. And remember, you can do armor, you can do swords, you can do weapons. I think good amount of stuff you can enchant. So give it a shot, and we'll be adding this to the game. I'm gonna destroy it right now. Once you guys complete getting me all the stuff for it. So I know right now we've got all the feathers. We're about halfway through on gold. We only need about 4, 5 more gold ingots. We got a little bit of paper. I think we need about 6 or 7 of that. And we have no clay. Nobody's added any clay, which is surprising because you can just go jump on the river and find some clay. And we got a few bones, but not enough yet. So fill up those things, get all the lights going. I'll just go and plunk down an enchantment table there, and everybody can use it. And then I've also added a new quest, also to get dyes, since we want to get a dye shop, and we're gonna put things that can be dyed in there, like wool and cement and other blocks that can be dyed, maybe some glass stuff. So that way we can start really decorating our town. Because right now, most of us are just using wood and some stone. It's not very pretty. And so once you guys collect all this stuff, I'll go make a store that will have all that kind of stuff in it, and it'll be really cheap, so that we can easily build up our town and make it look how we want it to look. All right. So then over to the store. I have upgraded all the weapons and tools to iron, like I said, because we collected all the iron we needed. So it's the same price as the old stone ones. Now it's just up iron. I also have added iron armor to the store. So it'll cost you about $100 to get a full set of iron armor. And I've added lapis lazuli 1 for 25 because it's still kind of rare. It's still better if you go and find it yourself, or just mining out a cave or something. And then again, we also have all the redstone stuff, so we'll be talking about redstone. Hopefully, if I get a chance, I'll make a video before the next session, so we'll have 2 videos this week. But don't hold me to it, because babies like to cause trouble and take up a lot of time. All right. So another big thing, because we've had a bunch of things, I have added all the areas behind your houses to be for sale. So I've added them to the town, and now they're all for sale. So pretty much everything going backwards from a plot will be for sale. These ends of the roads are not for sale yet. I still might expand. I might want to use them for something special. So I'm keeping those away from you guys just because I want to be able to expand in the future. But yeah, so all these areas are now for sale. Some people, like Johnny does YT, he bought a bunch of plots and then he hasn't built on any of them. If you have multiple plots and you haven't built on them and you're kind of just taking up space, I might see about talking to you, and I'm probably going to take the plot away from you and just refund you the money. Because if you're not going to use it, let's make it available for other people to use. And the same goes for these new plots that are open. I'm going to try and make it so that you guys only buy the plot that is behind your own plot right now. If you buy a plot that's behind somebody else's plot, I'll probably have to refund you your money and then put it back up for sale and give it to them, because I really just want you guys to be able to expand your houses and stuff, and I know a lot of people want more room to build. So don't buy a plot that is behind somebody else's house, because you won't be able to keep it. I'll probably take it away from you and give it to that person so they can expand a bit easier. All right, and there are still, I think there's still a few areas that are not being built on, kind of expanded out on. So we'll see if those people aren't going to use it. I'll bring it back, and maybe people can expand a little bit more sideways next to them if there's an empty plot. All right, and I like to see our town is just really, I mean, that last session, wow, you guys really just expanded. I don't think half of these buildings were really here last time, and now we've got brick, we've got glass, we've got giant towers, we've got tons of little farms sprouting up on the rooftops, bamboo for paper and other stuff, so making their own food. So that's really cool. I know some people have been adding lights and switches and other stuff, so I'll hopefully talk to you guys about how to set this up to be kind of more automatic instead of just having a light switch. You can set it up kind of like my house is, where during the day the lights are off, and once it comes nighttime, all my lights turn on automatically for me, because I'm using some daylight sensors, and I invert them so that when they're So it's daylight right now. They're supplying power, but it doesn't do anything. It won't turn on my lights because it needs to be off. So whenever it's supplying power to this little NOR gate right here, the NOR gate's going, oh, I have power? Well, then I'm off. If I don't have power, it'll turn on and light up my house. So I'll try and talk about that more when we do some redstone stuff, hopefully this week. All right. One other thing before I forget is that the jobs, I know a lot of us had all the jobs, and some students were mentioning that Explorer wasn't working because almost nobody had any points in it. My test account just now got the first level of it because, surprise, the developer actually broke it. And so the recent update to this mod fixed this. And so now Explorer works. If you are walking around and you're the first person now to touch any new 16 by 16 chunk in Minecraft, then you will explore it, and you'll be the first person to see it, and you'll get some experience points and some money for that. So going out and just running around in areas that nobody else has been in will get you explorer money and experience. So that will be a cool thing. I'm also going to start trying to really work on the job shops, because jobs don't just give you money, they also give you points. So my character doesn't have very many points because jobs disables itself when you're in creative mode, and that's what I'm in all the time. Same reason my stats are pitiful on this account, but many of you guys have lots and lots of stats. You have lots and lots of points, and so there's actually a special shop. This is just the 4 default items, but I will be working to change these out, make some useful items, some enchanted weapons, some enchanted armor that you'll be able to use your job points to purchase. So there is that. I did fix the cosmetics chest. So cosmetics now do work. You can buy keys. So you see now I have a key, and I can open up a treasure chest in a flat open area. So this was totally broken last week, and it's now all working. I got money. It'll give me money. I don't know commissions are. But this is all working now. It's awesome. And just like that. For people that are new, have not played with cosmetics, when you buy a key and you try to open a chest, if you're in something like with grass and other stuff, or it's an uneven area, much of the time it'll not work. It will tell you there's not enough space for a treasure chest. You have to find a 5x5 flat area and get rid of all the grass. So I can come out here and I can clear out the grass and try and find you. Okay, 5 blocks by 5 blocks. Okay, and then it will let you open it. So when you get that message, just realize you need to find some place nice and flat. And you can't do it on the roads because they're protected from anything making changes to them to stop you guys from stealing all the diamonds again. So yeah, just find a nice flat area out near you, or just build a flat area in your house that you want to open up chest in, and it'll work fine there. All right. The other thing is we're getting close to the last 2 weeks. I usually try and do a creative world thing, and so the creative world is working, and I fix it so that now you can get back home as long as you come back to the area, and you come back and you right click on the sign that says to the adventure world, because the arena world is not running, so it won't take you anywhere. So just throw you errors. And so this is just a plot world. Probably many of you have played on it. If you play online, these are pretty common in all those servers. So you'll be able to come over and claim a plot. It'll change it to this sandstone instead of the stone bricks to say, hey, somebody's claimed this area. So you can see I'm at 0, and I can build on it. I can do all this kind of stuff. Usually we come up with a theme, and then we all build it. We all go and we build stuff. Sometimes I do it with groups, sometimes it's individual. I'm thinking this year to keep it individual, but maybe allow you guys to say like one person builds here, one person builds here, and if they want to connect them somehow, I can build a bridge or something over the road for them, because you guys can't build on the road, but I can. So when we come up with a theme for this year, that's what we're going to try and do. And so I'm debating on what kind of theme we want to go for and like what we want to build. We've had some success with a lot of stuff, and even the kids that didn't really like creative world building, once they got into it and learned some of the world edit stuff, it became really really popular. So that's going to be part of this. You will be able to do world edit. So if you're used to using the world edit wand, so go ahead and click on things, set an area, and then say set to stone. You can do these really fast builds because you can do large areas of stuff. And I have a few videos out there on this channel if you want to. See. Nope, that's a note block. Haha, that's gonna go slow. Let's just say clear. Or, that there. We'll see how that goes. So you can see I'm running world edit, but it's also asynchronous world edit, which means that it doesn't destroy the server when you issue these commands. Instead, it goes a little bit slower at times, and that's because it's letting the game still run. It's letting the server do all the game stuff, and then the world edit just runs slowly as it can. And certain things are faster than others, and so note blocks are notoriously slow for world edit, and that was my mistake. But you can see it's running, it's doing this asynchronously. So as the game is running, it's off on its own little process, doing its own little thing, not bothering us. We won't lag out, we won't crash. They'll be a lot better. Last year we had some issues with kids, selecting that corner all the way over that corner and setting it to water or something, and it would just, everybody would just start lagging, and it was really bad. All right. You can also see that you can set that, it'll keep going. It's it'll just do its own little thing. Even if I change servers, and remember when you come back to the adventure world, it reloads the texture pack for the magic weapons, so it's a little bit laggy whenever we come back. But there it goes. It just takes a few seconds, and I go back to creative world, and let's see. Oh, it stopped. Okay, so we have learned don't leave the world, or it'll stop your world edit. Let's get rid of these. So I think it's also based on how many commands I'm giving it. The more commands I give, the slower it kind of goes. So see how it goes. And why it's, oh, did I not do that? Yay. Okay. Yeah, I just hit the wrong buttons. As always. Lots of buttons. Lots of buttons to misclick. Alright. So we'll be talking about the creative world, but I just want to show you, if you guys do get stuck over here, you guys are playing around, you can get back now. Just use the to adventure world sign. And then wait for it to load when you come back in. It's a little bit slow. All right. So that's all I've got for this week. I'll be talking to people I need to talk to about weird, land purchases, and hopefully you guys will really quickly gather all the stuff you need for this, so that you can get access to the free enchanting table and really get going on that. And also, enchanting, don't forget, is a job. And so the more you enchant, the more money you'll make, and the cooler things you enchant, the more experience you'll get on that job. And I think also we don't have anybody that's fishing, we don't have anybody that's brewing, and there was one other. Oh yeah, Explorer was still at 1 because, and then farming also is a little bit low level. I think most of these things that people are doing a lot, people have gotten up to like level 9, 7. Top is about 48 total points across all jobs. So yeah, people are doing lots of stuff, digging, mining, chopping wood. Yep, looking good. All right, well, I'll see you guys on Wednesday, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Bye.